Man, what's going on, world? Come on here earlier, so that's as good as I'm gonna get it. I know my shit probably fucked up. I know in the back it ain't perfect, but I did my best to line up best I could. You know what I'm saying? I might have to actually switch around and face the sun. That's probably a little better camera wise. Hold on. Over here. So we'll do that for the recap. We'll do something like that. Get a little better thing. But yeah, man. Like I said, part of my pastimes, if you will, or part of what I do every Monday night. We'll sit there as a family. Me, my brother, and my dad will sit there and watch Kill Tony together. So it's one of those family night kind of things. Like every night we kind of get together. So for me, it's very important that I recap these because it's like me kind of reliving, but also sharing that experience. And you know, also like I'm just taking note of like comedians that probably are gonna blow up. Like these are guys that are getting a minute here and there, so they're getting their comedy showcased on such a large platform. So it's a really good thing. So we get a chance to talk about it with people who are other people who are fans of the show, things like that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I take like little notes throughout their minute, and then I kind of work based off of that. But yeah, the morning itself, everything was very productive. As much as I was just very frustrated this morning, so I couldn't wait to hop on live and do this, man. I really couldn't wait for that. But we'll get into it in a second, man. We'll get some wait for some people to drop in. You know what I mean? Excuse me. People to drop in on me. Yeah, man. For me, it's like I'm in a household where grandpa and mom had both passed away, and all that's left is me, brother, and dad. So it's really interesting because we don't really have family time like that. We don't really have like moments where we're all in the living room together. Last time we had that, we were watching DVDs together because we didn't have Wi-Fi or cable. But that was all of us, and then now we kind of have a new thing where all three of us just wait every Monday night to kind of just get together, eat snacks, whatever, eat dinner, kind of together, just hang out in the same room and just watch together. And I decided like, hey, let me just take notes as we're enjoying ourselves, because I did it last week, and then I did a recap that night. So then now I'm like, let's recap it in the mornings, because that way people who missed the live, they get to replay it in between those hours and stuff like that. So everyone between for me it would be 6 p.m. Pacific. So between 6 p.m. Pacific to like now, which would have been like a good 12 or so hours, people around, I was talking to people before, there's people around the globe that watch the show too. There's a lot of people that watch Kill Tony from around the globe. Lula Bell in Salem, how you doing? You guys watch Kill Tony? Let me know if you watch Kill Tony, if you guys watched the one 722 last night. Giannis Papas and Brian Simpson. I got a chance to see Brian Simpson live when I was down in I seen Brian Simpson live 2 years ago. It was 4th of July weekend, so it was really nice to see that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna show it because that's kind of cool. But actually, it was pretty cool, bro. Yapping when I'm trying to. Nah, man, you goofy, Mike. Mike, get out of here, bro. But I appreciate you guys dropping in, showing love on the chat either way. But yeah, no. Let me know if you watched that one. Did you watch 722 last night? I just like to do a little recap, make sure more people come up in here. Um, you know what I'm saying? We'll just talk more about the comedy and stuff like that. So I got like a little note sheet that I took from last night, kind of just doing some stuff. Lula Bella, you said you watched it? Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna wait for like maybe the 4 or 5 minute mark, get more people up in here, and then we'll chat it up a bit. Actually, I will say, I did take a quick note of like who was there. Obviously, like they opened up with David Jolly, that was pretty dope. David Jolly was good. And then who was the other? Who was the other? Oh, Doug Polk. Doug Polk was the other guy that was like a surprise guest, I guess you would say. He was like the surprise guest for that day. And then obviously they closed out with William Montgomery. But my favorite was actually the third guy, Henry Cruz. Henry Cruz is pretty good. But let's go down the line like one by one. Actually, David Jolly was talking about let's see if I wrote this right. I can't even read my own handwriting. The Mexican abuelas at the Walmart, like he was saying, like all the Mexican abuelas are sweet, and then but they also like shoo you off. You know what I'm saying? They were working at the Walmart, so he was talking about they don't speak English, and so he comes in with an ice shirt, which is kind of funny. So I ain't trying to spoil those jokes, but it's just I'm pretty sure the clips, everything I'm saying here, I'm pretty sure you'll find Kill Tony clips of it like later on down the line on their YouTube channel or like just on social media in general. You know what I'm saying? Special cameo by H2O Delirious. Come check it out. Special cameo. What you mean by that? I don't know what that means, man. But I appreciate you, 007. Appreciate you being here. Second dude was Justin Platts, and I think he was the guy who was kind of older, so he kind of made a lot of fun about his age. I think that was him. Let me make sure I got the right guy. Yeah, so that was him. He was kind of an older guy, but he was saying something about his son was fucking with him, so then he drafted his son for the Ukraine war. He was like, it's starting to wrap up in Ukraine, so I went and submitted his name for the war, so hopefully he gets the fuck out of my house. That shit was kind of funny. That was some funny ass shit. He was kind of more self-deprecating, which was like sometimes those jokes work, sometimes they don't. It's kind of fucked up because I, comedy is subjective, so it really depends. You know what I'm saying? It really depends, and it's like the thing about it is, um, oh my bad. Yeah, the thing about it is, for me, the self-deprecating stuff doesn't really work unless it's a female. I don't know why. Like when females do self-deprecating stuff, I don't know why I laugh more. It just seems it's actually more fucked up, but like for some reason it's a lot more funnier. Yeah, my bad. I'm on this bench that got all these bugs on it. Lula Bell said, "Am I single?" Lula Bell, I am single, man. Why are you asking these questions? What's wrong with you? But yeah, Henry Cruz, the third dude, Henry Cruz, man. I thought he was pretty good. He was kind of saying something about he's like overweight. He was saying something like he got like fat titties. He's like, I got these. Yo, hold on, I got this bugs up on me. Out of here, bruh. There's hella bugs out here. He was saying that when he went to the because he was gaining weight, he went to the strip club, and the strippers mistake him for having titties too, which is hilarious, man. Lula Bell, you gotta chill. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you about. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna show it. I guess I'm gonna show it. Like you're not saying nothing, whatever, but for whatever reason, like my live stream has basic moderation, so for whatever reason, it's moderating it. But you gotta chill. We talking about comedy here. Um, One of his jokes, he was talking about he lies about his height. He was saying he lied about his height. He said I'm 5'5", but I lie and say that I'm 5'9". And then it turns out that when they measured him, he was actually 5'3.5", which is kind of funny. And then he goes on to say like, yeah, man, if I was gonna add 3 inches anywhere, I'd add it somewhere else, man. I probably wouldn't do it to my height because if I do it to my height, I would just end up being 5'8", and I wouldn't actually be 5'9". So maybe I gotta put them 3 inches somewhere else. Which is I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, his stuff it was just like it was really basic jokes, but it's something about his personality and the way he carried himself. It was really just smooth. You know what I'm saying? I gotta watch my surroundings, stuff, shit. You know. I think this was the big girl. Her name was Justin Knuckles. I really like her set, man. You guys gotta watch. If you guys ain't seen it, man, you guys gotta watch Kill Tony 722, man. It was a really good one. Justin Knuckles was this big girl talking about she lost weight, but she still has a sleep apnea machine or whatever. But she was saying something. One of the little metaphors she was kind of using was something about Darth Vader. Maybe for me, it was good, like it connected. But I'm like, maybe she could have set it up a little more differently. But when you're given a minute, that's why I like. That's the thing. That's why I respect comedy because especially with them. They're given a minute, so they can only do so much. You know what I mean? They can only do so much. Um, oh, but no, so what she talked about was being diabetic. So because she was diabetic, she pisses a lot, and she was like, "Yeah, sometimes I get mistaken for squirting." So she really just be peeing on people and shit, which is I thought that was funny, man. I really thought that was funny. Um, Michael Ridley. Michael Ridley was a dude that went in there. I'm assuming he was Filipino. I just based off the accent he used and him talking, but Michael Ridley went up there and he talked. He said he had a brother that was in a gray area of retardation. He was saying like his brother's like when he's at the house, he's kind of just like retarded or something. But when he goes to the evaluation, he pretends to be a savant, like he knows how to put things in the right place or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me check something real quick. All right, we're good. But yeah, the evaluation made him a savant or something like that. But I guess part of his interview, he was saying something about you know, he's only living off of comedy or something like that. So he has a girl that's pretty much supporting him. And he's like, "How do you keep this girl satisfied?" And it's like, I just a lot of fucking, just making her come and all that. And he's talking about Froggy Style doing different positions and funny shit like that. So he broke that down. That was a whole spiel. You guys got to watch it. Like obviously I'm only dissecting the minute. I mean, I will talk about the interviews a little bit, but for the most part, man, it's like, you got to watch the whole thing. It's a whole 2 hours. It's a whole 2 hour thing. I mean, minus the ads, it's probably like an hour and a half. So minus the ads and the intros, outros, all the in between stuff. You know what I mean? minus all that, it's pretty much like an hour and a half of just straight up comedy, like everything in between. You guys got to check it out for yourself. But I just wanted to recap and like show some love to like a lot of these guys. Machiavelli was pretty. I mean, the concept of what he was talking about was funny though. Like, let's be honest. And then his interview was really, it was interesting. It kind of felt bad for him because it's like, bro, you're just admitting that like your girl, works hard for you. But I get it. He gets to fuck the shit out of her and she's a breadwinner. So, he out here tricking, man, or whatever. He doing his thing. I can't even get mad. Um, I guess he ain't tricking, but shit, he's just, yeah, whatever you call it. I forgot the word now. I'm tripping. Matt Suri. So I spelled it a certain way, but I'm not exactly sure. But Matt Suri was actually I don't know. So that's the thing is like Justin Platt seemed like the old guy, but then Matt Suri was like he was like a big overweight guy that had like it looked like he was missing a belly button. So because he's missing a belly button, it just looked like a ball sack on his stomach, the bottom of his stomach. You know what I'm saying? But he did a lot of weight jokes. He kind of just talked about his size and his weight, and it was something about skydiving and stuff like that. And it's like we can't let you skydive. The parachute's not going to be handle your center of mass or something like that. But he had this. He didn't have a herniated disc. He had this umbilical something. You know what I'm saying? And then he made another joke, pretty much talking about one of his managers saying, "Your idea is so good, we could pay you your weight in gold." So he started doing the math. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole like math. It was a very factual kind of a comedic thing. And I'm not saying it wasn't funny. I think to me it was a little funny, but I guess it's just the delivery was kind of dry and it was like someone hanging out with their friends and just trying to impress them with information and being funny a little bit. But it was good. You know what I'm saying? I like the set. Like I said, man, I don't do comedy. I couldn't go up there and do a minute. I don't have the heart to do that. But shout out to everyone that showed up there and did it. But again, I guess just as a fan, like it was okay. It was all right. Now the next dude was the special guest, and that was Doug Polk. Doug Polk, bro, he was actually pretty good, man. And one of the big things he talked about was he kind of was he was the way he was speaking. It was like he was insinuating like all these immigrants coming to Texas, and he was like, all these people, they're bringing in their drugs and all this stuff. He's just saying all this stuff, and then he ends it by saying, yeah, we got to get rid of these Californians, which is kind of funny because when I was down in Texas, everybody complained, especially on the Congress Bridge. When I was on the Congress Bridge watching the bats, like there was a biker that biked past, and he was like, "Go back to California," and I was like, "That." I just thought that was funny. Like even though it was like, I'm pretty sure some of these people are just visiting, but it's just like the concept that all these California people are just moving to Austin, Texas. So it's just funny when Doug Polk himself brought it up in his set. So that shit kind of cracked me up. But his whole set was really good, man. He kind of referenced the California fires and like some other shit that he was kind of saying some other shit about like the killer of Lady Bird Lake or whatever. The guy that's like pretty much dumping dudes' bodies in the lake, like crazy shit like that. Um, oh, this dude, I guess he was Indian, but his name is Philip Abraham, and he was talking about being white passing. You see, I'm white passing. Like he's brown as fuck. Like he was a straight up brown Indian looking dude. He said, I'm white passing, but only on the phone, which I thought was hilarious. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. The way he set it up. He said, yeah, I'm Indian. I'm a different type of Indian, Puerto Rican. But I think he was kind of joking about it. I guess he's actually Indian. Um, but then he said something like, that's gonna be something about something being Indian. I forget exactly how the joke goes, but he's like, yeah, they'll be Indian soon, just like Pakistan or something. And it was kind of a foul joke, but I'm like, hey man, the timing of it, like I said, the timing and his pacing of it was really good. He's actually the one that, according to his interview, he got banned. Dude said he got banned from what do you call this? He got banned from one comedy club, and then he ended up in turn because the manager or whatever, the boss over there, owner or something, spoke to another owner of another club. He ends up getting banned in another one, which is kind of crazy. So I don't know, man. It's a little. I don't know what to make of that. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say about that. It's like I don't. I don't know because the thing was he again that's the issue with doing factual jokes rather than things that kind of and play to people's emotions and really do you see what I'm trying to say? Like the factual jokes, they don't sit well with people for some reason, which is fucked up because he's of Indian descent, like he's of Hindu descent. So he wanted to basically just highlight like, yeah, the swastika symbol came from India, like Hindus and stuff like that. It's actually like I've seen a lot of Buddhists use the swastika symbol. I've seen a lot of yeah, it is like a Hindu thing. Like it's one of the things that it's just like they it's basically some Eastern philosophy kind of thing. It does deal with like peace and harmony and things along those lines. But you do see a lot of Buddhist people, and like you see it in animes. There's swastikas there where like the ninjas and like certain people would utilize the swastika as like part of their emblems or whatever. But it's interesting because like he just made a joke about it. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, it's just you know, having a German be responsible for teaching about the swastika is like Macklemore teaching you about rap or hip hop." And I was like, that's a fair, funny joke, man. It's like fair but factual, and to me, it's funny because it's like I'm from Seattle and like I don't really like fuck with Macklemore like that, but like he's a decent dude. He does shit around the community. What's going on, Rob? Rob, man, let me know if you watched Kill Tony last night. I'm over here just recapping what I watched in Kill Tony. You know, for this particular live, let me know what's good, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you dropping in. Excuse me, had to spit. But yeah, it was really interesting. But I guess he got banned from 2 clubs simply because of that. But let's get on to the next one, man. The next one was Donna Lee. Her name was Donna Lee. Apparently, she was on she was in her interview process. She said something about, or in the interview portion, I should say, she was saying something about like she was on some comedy show about being like a single mom or like being a mom or something like or whatever. Um, I don't fucking know. Like she was just on something where she like won. She like did a joke and she won. But we'll get into that in a second. So Rob, the channel it's actually on YouTube. So every Monday night, I don't know if I feel like you're on West Coast time too. I could be wrong, but like or Pacific time, but it's 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday night. It's basically just on YouTube. If you watch Kill Tony, if you look it up, you'll see it's just like people go up there. They have a minute. They get 1 minute to do a comedy set. If their name gets called up and pulled out of the bucket, and then if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. They get roasted. But then also like Tony himself, Tony Hinchcliffe, will sit there and kind of just chat with you, and he'll roast you a little bit, but he'll chat with you and try to pull information out of your life so you can like work more on your set, if that makes sense. But that's what they're doing. Yo, as soon as I sat down and found a comfortable spot, they over here doing shit. That's crazy. Let me know if it's too loud. I might have to move. Matter of fact, I will move. There's another bench over here. Shit loud. Like every time I get up in here, bro. Always some shit. Always something in it. All right, let's get going. Yeah, we gonna get it across field. Straight beeline to that joint. You know what I mean? Let me walk, sit down. When I get settled down, from there I'm gonna try to you know, chat more about what was going on. But yeah, Rob, it's on YouTube. Um, if you go on YouTube, you'll see what is this, man? Kill Tony, pretty much. You just look that up, Kill Tony, and you'll see that shit. We're fucking taking it. Damn. Let's see. That shit was hella loud. But how you doing, Rob? How you doing either way? You know, it's good to check in with you. Good to have you check in. You know, so I'm cool with that. I'm gonna find this one. Oh, this is not bad right here. Yeah. Ain't too bad. Shit, I'm gonna get this this one's more in the shade. I gotta sit in the shade. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If it's 2 million, so that sounds about right. Yeah, we just watched it. So it's funny because every Monday night we watch that as a family. You know, it's funny because we haven't had like a show that me and my family sat down in the room together and watched in a long time. But this is probably like the newest thing that we got, if that makes sense. But yeah, so it's kind of cool. But that's like every Monday night. But there's so many old episodes with like special guests. You can kind of replay that shit. You know what I mean? So you could do that too. Oh shit! All right, here we go. All right, man. So yeah, the second, this lady Donna Lee. Let me set up a little bit. Donna Lee, she kind of started off saying something about being half Thai, half Irish. She's like, I'm Irish or something like that. That was kind of her little joke. But she kind of just spoke about she has an Oriental mom. I guess a lot of her jokes have to deal with her mom being Oriental. So um she's like, yeah, we're arguing in the what do you call this? Like cashier line or whatever. And then like the cashier kind of just spells out HEBs. for her, kind of like in a weird like racist way. But it was just like a conversation about her mom wanting to be defined as Oriental or whatever the fuck, you know, I mean, defined as Oriental and not Asian. I don't know. It was interesting. It wasn't that great of a joke. It was okay. But the thing about Donna Lee was like she had like really nice man, I'm around kids, bro. Hold on. Let me move up. Some bullshit. God damn. Let's sit over here, man. All right, here we go. I'm just trying to be no kids and shit. That's why I don't be on the playground side. I don't be over here talking shit. But yeah, she just really had a nice rack or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She was just looking right. So she was all right. I don't know. She was like, I don't know. My standards are a little different. She was kind of skinny. You know, no shade though. No shade. But yeah, she did kind of have some nice boobs from far away. But yeah, I just don't want to be cussing and shit in front of the kid because like I was, gonna sit there and talk. The whole interview, they just all they did was praise her titties. Like they weren't even caring about. Like that's what's crazy. The whole interview, they didn't even care about her comedy. They're like, I mean, the comedy is okay, but your titties is like nice. And I was like, that's hilarious. But I agree. Like they from far away. I'm sitting from far away in the living room, but they look kind of nice. But I was like, damn, there's hella kids at the playground right now, so I'm not gonna stay here and just. I gotta be mindful. Gotta be mindful. Yeah, bro. All right, let me see. But so anyway, part of her interview, she's like, "Yeah, I made it to." It was some kind of a competition where it was like something about single moms or something about like stay-at-home moms doing comedy or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. She's also actually. She said she had 3 sons. She said she had a regular son from her old marriage or whatever, and she has 2 stepsons. And because she was like hot, they're like, okay, have they ever asked you if you've like ever what do you call this? Have you ever been stuck in the washer or the dryer or something like that? How's it going? Oh, this is yours? Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah. But then and then that was kind of part of the joke, part of the interview, I should say. But then no, they were like, oh, so you win this competition. So because hold on, I gotta make sure I find this. They're like because you won this competition, what was the joke that you did? And I won't spoil it too much. You guys should actually watch it because I think it was actually funny. But she was on the phone, and like her mom and her dad, or her mom and her stepdad, they found out. Excuse me, they finally got a donkey or something like that on their ranch. So they finally got this donkey. Excuse me, hold on. They finally get this donkey on the ranch. He's like, "You got to come see the donkey. The donkey's really cute. The donkey's cute." And then he's like, "Listen, I'm at work right now. You can't call me while I'm at work." She's like, "No, trust me. You got to see this donkey. It's really cute." Her mom keeps saying this on the phone. Like the donkey, it's really cute. He's like, "Listen, just whatever. Take care of the ass for me." He's like, "Don't call it an ass." I was like, "No, no, no. It's technically donkey. The technical term is an ass." So anyway, fast forward. She's like, she gets a call, another call, and the mom is at work, and the mom goes, "Hey, everyone's laughing at me." I was like, "What are they laughing at? They're laughing at your accent again?" He said, "No, it's because I said my ass is cute." So that was part of her joke. You know what I'm saying? She was like trying to teach her mom the donkey and the ass thing, but it's just the way she says it, the way she delivers it's way different, way better. But it's just hilarious, bro. So her actual that wasn't her actual set, but like they gave her an extra minute to pretty much do the set that got her on TV, if that makes sense. And I was like, you know what, she's pretty good, man. I like her. She just has a lot of things that seem to revolve around her mom and her like ethnicity and stuff like that. But hey, man, that's part of it. How's it going? Hey, how are you doing? Hey. Delivery goes along. So like, yeah, I'm summarizing it, but it's just like she did it in a very like cutesy way, but also she did it in like her mom's accent. So like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to do it the way she did it, but it was just kind of funny, like the way like the whole whatever the whole you got to see it, man. You guys got to see it for yourself. So I'm pretty much just highlighting. Matter of fact, hold on, let me go back to my list. Obviously, David Jolly starting off strong. David Jolly's a strong personality, so he's always going to start off strong. Henry Crews is probably my favorite. He was the third comedian. Let's see. Doug Polk was actually pretty good. Doug Polk was the fucking poker player. That was the other backstories. I guess they talked about this last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. Doug Polk happened to be at Mitzi's. Mitzi's is the bar that's attached to the mothership. And Tony was there. Tony's drunk as hell. He's like, "Hey, I could beat you at poker right now." And then they're like, "All right, sure." So then they started playing a couple hands of poker. And the bet was that if Tony wins, then he gets like $20,000 or something like that. And then if Polk wins, then he gets to do a set on Kill Tony. He gets to do 1 minute on Kill Tony. So then I guess the way Tony explains it is that, oh, Tony's like, I won the first couple of hands, so I won. I was supposed to get my 20,000, and then I said, hey, double or nothing. And then I think he insinuated that he let Polk win, but Polk is I think he's like a poker champion. I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, Polk won, and then he went up there, did a minute, and he had one of the best. Henry Cruz, Polk. And I'm not gonna lie, like the interview and the second comedy run for Donna Lee was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, Donna Lee was not bad. I gotta hand it to her. So I'll give her credit, man. And then this one was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie, like second to last was this. I don't want to say big girl, but her name is Kelly Lusk, and like she comes out with a whole like a portrait. It was like a giant portrait, like on a I don't know how to explain it. Like when you do a science project, you have that giant cardboard cutout thing or whatever. You check out the channel. You like comedy? Yeah, check it out, man. And also like just play. Like you don't have to watch them like when they're live premiering, because the thing is they're not live, if that makes sense. Like every Monday, you'll see a taping of what happened 2 weeks ago. So what you're seeing on the premieres on Monday night is something that happened 2 weeks ago. So this would have been like Memorial Day weekend, uh, May 20 something, May whatever day of the week that is. And then obviously yesterday was May 9th, so it's like 9/2. So it's probably like May 26th, 27th or something like that, 2 weeks ago. Excuse me. And that's why like when I reported on the Alex Tarshun stuff, that was some 2 week old stuff. So the guy who was talking to me in the live chat was like, the guy who was in the live chat was basically talking to me saying, "You'll be right back." All right. He was basically saying like, "Yeah, man, that's 2 weeks ago, but a lot has changed since then. But you'll really like it." So I think Alex Tarshun is doing a lot better in life right now. So, but I think he's actually still signing up, to my understanding. That's what Drew Guar said. I think that was one of his friends that was here on the YouTube channel, and he was spamming the comments so much that they blocked him, which was kind of fucked up because I was like, this is the only person that has like a connection to him after they blocked the channel, so it was just kind of messed up. But anyway, um, Kelly Lusk was interesting, man. When she popped out, she had this like portrait, and it showed like a white kid and then like a big brown kid, both girls, both girls. So then she's like, "Hey, you guys wouldn't believe it, but this is me and my sister," and you would think that this is like some big Simone kid that's just hanging out with them. Nemesis, what's going on, bro? Salam, what you do? What we say? Salam from Kazus. Salam, that's peace, right? That's peace, right? Yep. Nemesis, what's going on? Appreciate you dropping in. But it was funny. Her whole set revolved around this giant portrait that they had printed out, and it was just basically this white girl next to this like really big brown girl, and it looked like she was like joking around. She's like, "Yeah, it's like they just found some Samoan kid and adopted them, but we literally have the same mom and dad, same genetics and everything. But I just came out looking like this. It was literally like a brown kid." And then she had her jokes were about being not adopted. She was joking around. She's like, "Yeah, everyone in the neighborhood was trying to figure out like, oh, which trash can did you find this Mexican kid in, and started raising them." And I was like, this is foul as shit. So the interview process, they're like, wait, so your sister, you guys have the same mom and dad? It's like the exact same mom and dad, the exact same mom and dad. I just came out browner, and back in those days, you just stay out as kids and just play all day in the sun. So I don't know. I just ended up getting cooked. But it's funny because the lady on stage that's telling this and saying that that's her, she, Kelly Lusk, right? She's white as hell, but it's just like for whatever reason back in those like 90s, I'm assuming 90s, 2000s or whatever, however old she was, you were just saying like, yeah, we're just out in the sun playing the whole time. Yo, I'm trying to fight back a sneeze, so forgive me if I like take a pause or you see me rubbing my nose. Pause. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was really cool. She brought a whole picture prop up. Um, and in the interview process, they had made like a couple jokes and jabs, like, "Hey man, has your mom ever talked about like an uncle, like an uncle that what do you call this? An uncle that could never meet your dad? Like, did your mom ever talk about that? Like, maybe that's your real dad." They kind of joked around and poked at her about that. So that shit was funny as hell, bro. Shit was hella funny. Um, but yeah, it was interesting. I guess like the comedy aspect revolved a lot around the picture, and I think the whole aspect of it was funny. It was good, man. It was really good. I think a lot of like I wonder. I just wanted to hear more about like what she would normally say as a comic. But she came out, again, you have 1 minute, so you got to come out swinging and go out strong. If you get your chance on Kill Tony, you got to go for it, right? So, yeah, man. Obviously, they close out with William Montgomery, man. They close out with William Montgomery, man. Fucking Memphis Strangler right there, man. Tijuana Tarantula, what the fuck they call him, bro? Memphis Strangler, Big Red Machine, dog. They close out William Montgomery, man, and he ain't never gonna stop. The dude was over here in his interview naming all these plants and shit, and he's naming the plants, and they're getting all like hyped up. Hold on, let me write this down. Hold on, let me see what I wrote down. My bad, my bad. He was saying something about when they assassinated Osama, he said that dude had a porn stash. He said, I don't know if it was really a porn stash. It might have just been Diddy and a burqa. And I was sitting there like, bro, he's foul, bro. He's foul with this. And then he ends up saying, I have it remembered slightly, but I didn't write it down. But he would just, he had like just four zingers back to back, But he says Daft Punk. He said they must really be French because it's like they're cheating. They're like cheating French robots or something like that. He had some reference, but he had the Daft Punk cheating French robots reference. That shit was kind of funny. So I was like, bro, he's going in right now. But his interview was pretty good, man, as usual. And he was sitting there like getting hyped up to what is it? The sound of like the band. The band would play with him every time he got hyped up and announced something. He would sit there and the band would just kind of just work with him or whatever. Trying to say like it was just crazy. Hold on, man. I might make sure I got all my stuff on me. Give me a second. But yeah. All right, here we go. My bad. My bad. I had to check something real quick. Check some notifications and everything. But yeah, that was it, man. That was just my little quick recap. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out all of those comedians again that got a chance to go up there. You know what I mean? David Jolly was on there, opening the show. Justin Platts, first bucket pull, I should say. Henry Cruz, one of my favorites. I think he probably was my favorite that night. Pause, and then Justin Knuckles was okay. Again, what Christian? What's going on? Christian Morales, what's going on? Michael Ridley, Matt Surrey, Doug. I don't know, man. For me, it's between Doug Polk and Henry Cruz. You know what I'm saying? And then arguably Donna Lee's second, like her second run, because she had a first one, it was okay. I was like, that's all right. I see where she's going with this. It might have been good for a longer set, right? But then like you have a minute. But then her second part, where she talked about the mom, talking about the donkey, and then learning about the word ass, like that was. So those three are probably like my favorite ones. Henry Cruz, Doug Polk as a special guest, and then Donna Lee, who came out. But the thing is, I can't really. It's hard because it's not her original minute. I mean, I shouldn't say original minute. It wasn't the minute she used. It was the minute she was asked to do. So I don't know if that counts, but I'll say it counts. It was still funny to me. Philip Abraham was pretty good, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny. He came out swinging. He's white passing on the phone. That shit was funny as hell. And yeah, like I said, Donna Lee, Kelly Lusk. It was just funny, man. There was some interesting stuff going on. And then William Montgomery, as always, closing it out. He said one that fell on deaf ears. I don't know if it was this week or last week. The more I think about it, I'm trying to remember now. I'm starting to like draw a blank, but yeah, that was it, man. And then obviously, Kill Tony 722, special guest Brian Simpson and Giannis Papas. You know what I'm saying? I say this all the time, man. Back in 2023, that's actually when I stopped drinking, because 2023 and in June, like pretty much first week of June, I stopped drinking. But I had a trip planned for the week of 4th of July in Austin, Texas. And it's funny because like I remember what's it called? I go down to Texas, and then it's 4th of July weekend, and I'm just waiting for Friday, because Friday I'm going to see Tony Woods. So I went there to go see Tony Woods. I was like, I gotta go see Tony Woods on Friday, but 4th of July happened to be, I think, a Tuesday. She was Tuesday that week, and then it's Tuesday night, and I'm like, I want to see some fireworks. And like my friend, she was living, or she wasn't living, but she stayed all the way up in like Round Rock or some shit. And I'm like, what you doing for 4th of July? Like, what are you doing tonight? She said, I don't know, I might just be with family, but if you come up here, let me know. And I was like, I don't drive, but like I could just go up there with a lift, or just bus up there, and then we could just lift down to Austin. But it seemed like she wasn't trying to communicate that night, and I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll leave it alone. I ain't tripping on it. And then what ends up happening is, that night I'm like, let me see what tickets they got on sale at the mothership. So I ended up buying a ticket for Bottom of the Barrel. So Bottom of the Barrel is hosted by Brian Simpson, and it's funny because he says if he makes a special connection with any people in the crowd, and it's funny because he made a special connection with a big titty female over there. So I'm like, bro, come on now with that bullshit. But he was giving away these bug zapper kind of things. It's basically like a Nerf gun, but it shoots salt. It's it's like these Nerf guns that you put like salt in there, and then it shoots the salt at flies. So it's hard to explain. It's like a water gun, but salt. You know what I'm saying? But that was the prize he was giving away. He was giving out a bug salt. That's what it was called. Bug salt rifle and a bug salt gun. It was like assault mixed with bug, but it's like bug salt. But it has like salt that it shoots at the gun or shoots out of the gun and the rifle, but you use it to kill like bugs and flies around the house. But he was giving that shit away every bottom of the barrel. So that Tuesday night happened to fall on 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? That, and I also got a chance to see Hassan Ahmad. Hassan Ahmad was going up there doing a couple of the thing about bottom of the barrel is the crowd writes out like, you know, different ideas, and then you put them in the barrel, and then whoever gets up to the barrel, they'll pull shit out and they'll just work on it. You know what I'm saying? They'll just make on the spot, just make up ideas and thoughts and kind of just freestyle a little bit. They'll do like maybe 3 to 5 minutes, something like that. You know what I mean? Things along those lines. So, like I said, I got a chance to see Brian Simpson, Hassan Ahmad, and there was one other dude. I forgot his name, but they were all pretty good, man. It was all pretty good people. So I got a chance to see Brian Simpson a lot, and it was cool because I just saw him. You know, when you get to the mothership, sometimes when you're in groups of not necessarily groups, but like the people that you're in line with, they kind of pair you guys all up like in tens and twelves and shit like that, and you guys sit at Mitzi's. You know, obviously you have your yonder bag with your phone inside, and then you sit there with the yonder bag, and then you kind of just sit in Mitzi's. But I was sitting there the whole time, like I said, mind you, 4th of July, right? Um, I fucking see Brian Simpson just chilling and kicking it. I'm like, what the fuck? So I just nod my head and said, "What's up, man?" I was like, "Oh shit," and he's just pretty cool, man. And like, it's crazy because every time I seen Brian Simpson on fucking Rogan and like on TV, I'm thinking he's like 6 foot tall. I ain't gonna lie, but dude's like my height. I'm like 5'5". I'm like, what the fuck? But he just seemed like a big like pause. He just seemed like a big dude. Pause, man. But yeah, it's kind of cool, man. It was really cool to see Brian Simpson live and in person. And they had me sitting in the front row. I was scared though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was sitting in the front row next to some people. I'm like, hey man, I'm about to get roasted on some goofy shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But no, they were chilling the whole time. It was chilling the whole time, bro. I'm over here just like I'm having time. I wasn't drinking, so I'm just over here drinking like ginger beer and shit. I'm like, man, I gotta slow down on my drinks because like I know I'm about to piss. Like if I overdrink, just just liquids in general, just water, ginger beer, all that shit, whatever. I already know I'm about to piss if I overdrink it. But anyway, that was the 4th of July, and then I ended up seeing Tony Woods that Friday. And then when I saw Tony Woods, I actually met a dude from I don't think he was from Belgium, but if it wasn't from Belgium, it was one of those. It might have been Belgium. I could be wrong, but it's one. He was talking about like there's a lot of overcast over there. I was like, hey, I'm from Seattle. It's like the same thing. I said, how many times you came down here? The dude from Belgium said, this is my first time in the States, bro. Like I literally just got in tonight. Like I just got in tonight. I dropped off my bags at my friend's workshop, and then I just came here straight to the because I want to see Tony Woods. So I'm just here in Austin for the first time. I'm gonna try to get like American Eagle, American flag tattoo. I was like, swear to you don't got to do all that. And he's like, nah, man. I mean, first time in America. And of all places, I'm in Texas. I was like, bro, of all places, you're in Texas, bro. You're like in the most American state, one of the most American states. Maybe you could say Kansas, maybe Montana type shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. What's some I don't know, maybe New York City. New York City is that's some American ass shit right there. You know what I mean? California, that's Mexico right there, dog. California, that's Mexico. Also, peace and love, man. Peace, love, and blessings to the everybody in the LA protest right now, man. Protect yourselves, man. Take care of yourselves out there, bro. I gotta move the camera right here because hella sunlight and shit. But yeah, man. Before I start walking off and getting close to my destination to get some work done today. I'm really happy I got this done because I was just feeling really upset. Like I said, I woke up early, made some breakfast early, took care of dishes, all that, man. Took care of all of my cooking stuff, all that. Got rid of just took care of everything in the morning. And I cut my hair and everything. I was like, let me just get this out the way because my hair is growing hella long. I can't afford to go to the barbershop, so I had to cut it by myself. And then after that, I fucking I just sat around, I'm saying, the house a little bit, trying to get the fucking Wi-Fi, not the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi and the connection to my phone to work. Shit just wasn't working. So I'm like, damn, bro, this is not working for me today. And then I tried to call my guy that I had to work with on some Beyblade stuff, and I don't know. Right away, he was getting sassy. Like, why are you calling? And I'm like, is it a bad time? Like, it's Tuesday. Like, I told you I was gonna call you. He's like, okay, but I'm peeing right now. But in my mind, I'm like, hey, you don't gotta answer the phone while you're pissing. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, he was just having his little moment. But I was like, all right, whatever. So I just let him know, like, bro, I'm gonna be busy. We'll coordinate it throughout the week. I don't fucking care. And then I sat, like I said, I sat down at the bench before they started working on the little whatever park stuff they're doing over here. But yeah, before I got there, and I was just kind of in a weird mood. I was like, oh, if somebody trip on me, I'm about to crash out. I already know. But that lets me know I haven't been eating too good. I've been eating a little bit of everything. See, the thing is, if I get a little bit of pork or whatever in my diet, or just like, you know, a certain amount of meat, pause. If I get a little bit of that going on, then like I gotta check myself because I already know I'm about to snap on somebody. I already know I'm about to go off on somebody. I can already feel it. Pause. You know. So yeah, pause on all levels, man. But yeah, man. Before we get to moving, what was I gonna say? So that was pretty much my morning, and then I decided like we're gonna do these recaps of Kill Tony. I might start. If the thing was, but that's the other thing. So last night, we use the hotspot routers that we get from the library because they're free. So that way we get free internet, saying in rotation. So we got the stuff. I get like that with you get like that with no food, man. It's crazy because I was trying to fast yesterday. Like yesterday, I ate around what time of day was that, bro? Like 9 or 10 in the morning. So like 9, 10 in the morning I ate, and I'm trying to fast throughout the day, and my stomach is rumbling. And then, like I said, as soon as I get home, the Wi-Fi connection isn't working. It's not connecting to the Roku, and then I'm just hearing bullshit. Like my brother's just telling me some random bullshit. Like he just always be talking about stupid ass shit. I was like, I don't want to hear no dumb shit right now. And I was just already hungry, and I was trying to fast for like 24 hours, and I was like, I'm fucking pissed. So I just started eating hella pasta, bro. It was like leftover pasta with like beef meatballs and like chicken, like chicken up in there. You know what I'm saying? I put the little Alfredo on top. I was like, I had one little plate of it, and then I was like, man, fuck that, I'm gonna eat some more. And then I chugged a Prime bottle. I was just sitting there like just hydrating. You know what I'm saying? Just eating. Because I was sitting there like cranky, and you gotta understand like the Wi-Fi hotspot, it just wasn't connecting to the Roku. So then like we reset the network connections on the Roku. Like, all right, maybe this will work. Maybe we reset the connections. It gets rid of all the data from all the old stuff, old Wi-Fi connections, and then we just start anew. It still didn't show up. So I'm like, okay. Our brother's like, what do you think we gotta do? Factory reset? I was like, fuck it, I guess we got a factory reset. Factory reset the Roku. Everything was getting really slow. My dad was like, he just got off work, so he was just downstairs like, yo, I gotta take a cold shower, man. It's like fucking hot. I'm like, all right, man, we'll just take care of shit down here. Factory reset everything, re-downloaded all the apps. Matter of fact, I think all the apps re-downloaded themselves onto it. But then my brother had to he had to re-log into all of his shit. But it seemed kind of cranky until we got a chance to turn on Kill Tony. So once we turned on Kill Tony, everything was all good. We're just happy again. We're just laughing like, all right, cool. We laugh and we happy again. It's funny how it turned out. But comedy will do that, man. Comedy will, what I'm saying, I feel like crashing out and just, whatever, smacking the shit out of somebody, and all of a sudden I'm over here laughing. So that's why I said every Monday night, me, my brother, my dad, we get together, what I'm saying, around 6 p.m. and we watch Kill Tony. But like I said, the Wi-Fi wasn't working at 6 p.m. My dad's like, let me go upstairs, take care of some stuff, take a shower, take care of my medication, all this stuff. He came back downstairs around like a little before 8. So then we're watching it. We're like watching it late, if that makes sense. Normally, I think last Monday, what I would have normally did was like from 6 to 8, you watch Kill Tony, and by the time it's ending, maybe I shower, brush my teeth a little bit, whatever the fuck, and then I go outside at night, smoke the cigar, and then talk about Kill Tony right away. But I'm like, let's try something new. Let's try to talk about Kill Tony. Let's try to chop it up about that like later. Let's just do it like let's give people time. Let's give people at least 12 hours to watch it from the time it premieres and finishes. Let's try to do that. So that's what ended up happening. Kill Tony saved the night. Kill Tony saved my emotions that night. Comedy will do that, man. Comedy takes care of a lot of people. I mean, and it's crazy because you hear people that actually go on Kill Tony, like actually go up there and perform, and you hear people that in general, whether it's just comedy in general, talk about Kill Tony or not. Excuse me, I keep saying Kill Tony. Not just Kill Tony, but just comedy in general will save their life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just there was Doug Polk, like part of his comedy, right after his comedy set, they do an interview with him, and then they were asking him a question about something, and he was saying like, yeah, one time I was in Vegas. He said, I'm in Vegas, man, and there's one night where I'm just gambling, and then I lose like I think he lose like $1 million or $2 million, but he's a poker player, so obviously he's gonna lose a lot of money gambling. So he's feeling like shit in his hotel room. He's like, fuck, man, I lost 2 million, and he's just thinking to himself like, man, what the fuck, man, life is fucked up right now, man. I can never be this low. I've never felt this low before. So he was talking about it, and then later on, he's like, he goes down to the lobby, he catches the elevator down to the lobby, and there's hella police officers. So all the police officers are like surrounding like the little lobby area. He's like, what the fuck just happened? He said, oh, some dude, I don't know, just recently just like jumped out the window and killed himself. So, he just committed suicide. He said, well, I guess I'm the having the second worst day right now. You know what I'm saying? The guy who had the first worst day obviously just offed himself. How's it going, man? I was saying, Atrim. But yeah. So I don't know. It'd be moments like that where it's like, I'm not saying the guy who killed himself or Doug Polk needed comedy, but they themselves or Doug Polk himself kind of was saying like, it's one of them things, man. It just like when you look at the comedic side of life, sometimes like it'll take you out of your bullshit. It'll take you out of your own mental where it's just like, I'm going through some shit right now. If you find a way to laugh at your bullshit, and mind you, it should be you laughing at yourself. It should be, you know, I don't like when people try to make jokes of other people's trauma or shit like that. I've had a situation like that where I had a family member pretty much, they were pretty much having conversations and conferences about me, but without me. And I'm sitting there like, yo, it would have been one thing if like the childhood shit we're talking about, you were there to, help me out in that situation. It'd also be another thing if you actually had that conversation in front of me so y'all can get the shit smacked out of you. But that's not the case right now. So, I think about that shit where I'm like, the comedy aspect, like I'll sit there and listen to people clown about themselves a lot, but at the same time, it's like, it gotta be you talking about you. It can never be the other way around or whatever. I'm trying to say. But yeah, you seen some YouTuber got killed on live in Vegas? Yeah, I believe that, man. They be tripping out in Vegas, man. The energy of Vegas is different though. It's like all it is all or nothing. When you think about it, it's all or nothing. All it is crash out energy. Like people will sit there and like they'll win like 500,000 and then they'll put it all on like the roulette or some shit, or they'll do like well, if you're good at cards, you probably have a better chance at like winning your money back, because you have more rounds and stuff. Unless someone goes all in and tries to take all your money, which is crazy. But I don't fucking know. Like that shit is crazy, man. Like Vegas. Like, have you been to Vegas though, man? By another. Oh, that's even worse. By another YouTuber of all people. It'd be your own people, bro. That's what I'm saying. Rob, it'd be your own people. You know what I'm saying? Also, hold on, man. Let me hit you with this too. But yeah, it'd be your own people, my guy. You know what I mean? Killed him and his lady over YouTube beef. Yeah, it really ain't that serious, man. It really ain't that serious. But it be like that though. You know what I mean? It really be like that sometimes. You know what I mean? People, I don't know what it is. It's like I don't know if it's ego or if it's just like people can't get over the fact that like someone is constantly. That's my whole thing, man. Fries in the bag. What you mean? What you mean? Talk to me, man. I don't know what the reference is, but what's it called? A lot of people will, for me, like my channel, I try to broadcast positivity. So it's like if my channel was all about broadcasting the negativity or just like the bullshit about somebody, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this person ain't shit or whatever. Like if I was doing that the whole time, you know what I'm saying? Fries in the belly. Hey, you see the blue wrench on my guy Rob. Shout out to Rob, man. Had to promote him. There's a couple of people I'm waiting for them to come back up in the chat so I can give them that blue wrench. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Just, sit them and get them the promotion because I'm waiting on my guy Rody, man. He out here creeping around sometimes. Rody been here for the longest, but Rob been locked in with me for a long time too. I'm also sub to Rob, so that's part of it too. I'm sub to Rob, so. But yeah, shout out to Tall Rob. But yeah, some people, man, they just I don't know what it is, bro. It's like their whole channel is based off of like things. Oh no, no problem, man. No, yeah, or man, you're a good dude, man. You've always been here, and being very positive as well. You know what I'm saying? So you deserve that. And like you usually don't have to do much. We don't really get trolls like that. But if I will trust your judgment. Like if you see something that I don't understand, or if, it's funny because there was one live chat where hella kids kept on saying chicken jockey. I didn't know what the fuck's going on with that shit, bro. Like this is some weird shit. I also don't watch like Fortnite or like Roblox or whatever the fuck, so I don't know what's going on. And then like my mods took care of it, and then the other one, some dude was talking about donuts, and then some guy said, "How many donuts can you hang on it?" And I didn't know what he meant. And then dude's like, my moderators took care of him right away. He said, "Man, they meant how many donuts can you hang on your little thing?" Pause. And I was like, "Oh, I don't even know what that's what he meant, but that's crazy." But I appreciate when the mods know shit I don't, because I don't, I'm not on social media at all. I only use YouTube, so I don't know what shit going on in the world, bro. I don't be knowing all the references and shit, but I trust you, Rob, man. Like you good people. Um, Also, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I just don't understand the channels that build their whole channel off of talking shit about people and like kind of bringing them down or like building them up, building them, breaking them down type shit. It's just really interesting, man. It's interesting because like even though I listen to Brilliant Idiots and sometimes the Breakfast Club, like Charlemagne is the beginning of all that. Like he was the king of trolling and fucking with people's mental, but he's different because he knows that he's gonna like talk with people personally. Like he knows he's gonna run to them personally, and if it's a fade, it's a fade. But he's like, I'm just gonna run my mouth and just do radio shit. But if it's a fade, it's gonna be what it is. But he's just one of those, right? But a lot of people took that out of context because they live behind their microphones and cameras. And I'm like, if I'm gonna be behind the microphone and camera, I'm gonna make sure I have something good to say or something positive. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But positivity don't sell. Like I'm not gonna get that far. That's why I have to do so many lives and I have to stay consistent because, you know, I would have got there faster if I was just like a troll or some weird shit. He said, I won't ban nobody unless you want me to, but I'll erase the stupid shit. Oh, I feel you. I mean, and that's the thing is like if you anyone I make a mod is like I just trust your discretion. Like whatever you want to do, I trust it, man. Whatever you want to do, go ahead, go for it. I trust what you got going on. Hold on, man. Let me pack up my shit and start walking a little bit. So I need to get to the library right when it opens. Get to work. I actually got to go to my goddaughter got a birthday thing tonight, I think. So I gotta go over there. Hey, everybody dropping in and out. Let me know if you watch Kill Tony. Let's talk about it. I was talking about it all morning right now for the past 50 minutes. Past 50, 40 minutes. I'm over here talking about comedy. And we're talking about I was recapping Kill Tony. I had my notes on me. Let me know who your favorite comedian was from last night. 722. Um my guy Brian Simpson and Giannis Papas, man. If y'all were there watching it last night, or if you've seen it within the past 12 hours, whatever, let me know, man. Because for me, I want to share those moments. And tomorrow, so today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday night, so I'm gonna do um a NBA Finals recap as well. So I'm gonna just sit there and talk about it. The game two was interesting because with game two, I don't know like what do you call this what do you call it like it wasn't that entertaining. Like it was just regular defensive basketball. You know what I'm saying? So, but there was some good moments. There's some key moments like SGA having as many field goals as he had, opposed to actually going to the free throw line all the time. So it was like a good balance of scoring. But my thing was like, all right, it wasn't like exciting. It wasn't as exciting as talking about Halliburton taking the lead in 0.3 seconds left. So that's a whole nother conversation. But like I said, Wednesday, I'm gonna do the same thing. Wednesday or tomorrow night, I should say specifically, but Wednesday night, do the same exact thing. Oh, I thought it was like a cat. I think it's a dog. Hold on. Let me zoom in on the bro. The other day I was like leaving. I forget what day that was, but I was leaving the library or walking down the street, and then I seen this fucking this thing bouncing around, and it was like a cat was over here smacking a baby rabbit. She was freaking me out, bro. Like a little baby rabbit hopping around. Cat was messing with it. Oh, it is a dog. Like a chihuahua. Is your dog? Is it okay to pet? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Got hella dogs there. He said no. Man, I was down in El Paso. They got this what do you call this? They got this team. Hey, they got this team called the Chihuahuas, El Paso Chihuahuas or whatever. Um, man, it's really cool because it's like actually no, this is actually kind of weird because it's a minor league team underneath the Padres, but everyone in El Paso is a Dodgers fan, so it's kind of weird. Like I get it though, but I'm just like, man, everyone here repping the Dodgers LA hats, but your team is literally like a Padres affiliate. You know what I'm saying? You go to the actual store, the team store, they had. He said nope right away. Yeah, it's like I just seen like he had no leash. He was just kind of trotting around, kind of just But I realized he stayed close to the guy. He's probably just like protecting him, and he himself knew like, hey man, this little chihuahua was feisty. You know, so that's fair. Like, what's funny is when I'm gonna tell you why I appreciate what he did. And he didn't even say nope. He just shook his head. He's like, nope. But there's some people, man, like up the street where I'll be hanging out at, and it's like they be walking their dogs and they got no control of this shit, man. Go here. So yeah, they just had no control of that shit, man. It's the block. It is. And like they'll sit there. I seen a lady getting dragged by her dog. I'm like who's training who? Like you getting dragged by this motherfucker? Like y'all need to really. I mean, they should watch. What's his name? The dog, little dog. Yeah, the little dogs were hella feisty all the time. That's true. But then also like when I see those like people who own the dogs just to have one, like oh this is protection or something. But it's like, bro, you ain't even training this dude, bro. Go watch some Caesar Milan. What's that motherfucker name? Dog Whisperer. Caesar Milan. Go watch his shit. You know what I'm saying? That dude be on point. I'll tell you something crazy, man. At my old boxing gym, I'm still with my coach from my old boxing gym, but she got her own gym now. But they would study a lot of what Caesar Milan. This is early. This is like 2005, 2006, 2005. So both my coaches got dogs. These motherfuckers that sit there, study the shit he talking about, and then they would work with their dogs. So they had like a husky, they had like a lab, they had a my main coach Cap. Shout out to Cap, man. He was sitting there. He had it was a mastiff. No, it was like a mastiff mixed with a fucking I forgot what that shit called, bro. Like a boxer and a mastiff. It was kind of a big headed dog, but he was like strong. Like he swam a lot, so he was like hella fit. But this dude, man, he had good manners. The dog was like strong as hell, but he had good manners. Like he probably fucked someone up, but he's such a sweet dude, and he was really just protected the house really. But he like so some dogs bark at everything. This guy would just bark at people who knew had bad energy in general, and it's fucked up because I would know. There should be dudes from my neighborhood that would walk past his house, and the dog would be hella chill. The dog would just be chilling, and it'd be some dudes that I knew from the neighborhood too, and I knew that they was about to crash out and they was on some bad energy, and the dog would literally just start barking at the window. I was like, this dog knows, bro. He's a well trained dog, but he's also trained by like the owner of the boxing gym, so it makes sense. But they used to have me running miles, and then sometimes we would run miles with the dog, and then or with the dogs, I should say. And then one of my coach's dogs is a husky. She's very like, how huskies are, man. Huskies are spoiled. Like they just always, and they're crybabies too. Huskies are actually crybabies for people that don't know. And it's funny because like, especially when they get around men, they get really attached. Like the female dogs. This dog loved me, man, for no reason, and was just hella whatever, just always jumping on me. And I was okay with it. I was like, oh, I'm happy that a dog loves me. At least the dog loves me, and they're not trying to bite me. And then my coach goes, you also got to remember like your posture, and then you making sure that you keep her down. All of that is very important. So then she knows that she needs to stay in her place before she's allowed to jump on you. So we constantly worked on all this stuff, like having posture around dogs, making sure. Because I always loved dogs, man. I always loved dogs, and like I'd walk through the neighborhood, all these loose pit bulls would follow me home. Hella pit bulls just running around like puppies, and big ass ones, just the adults. But the adults were always calm. The little puppies were always trying to bite my shoe, and then the fucking pit bull mom and dad would be shoving the puppies like, "Hey man, leave them alone." And they would just follow me home. I was like, "Damn, I ain't got no snacks for you. I ain't got no food. I ain't got no dog food for you. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna feed you some bullshit. You're gonna be, hitting the diarrhea around the neighborhood. It's gonna be fucked up, dog." you know. So it's just kind of crazy. I guess it ain't too bad, but like, they had trained me with dogs early. So when I see some of these like older like white folks up in the neighborhood that just be buying shit just to be having shit, like you ain't even training this motherfucker, bro. Like you ain't doing shit. They dragging you around. You know what I'm saying? My cousin's dogs were like that. They were just bossing them around, getting yanked around. I was like, that's your dog, bro. Like you don't own and possess this motherfucker like that, but they trust you, and you got to take control of that trust. It's that simple. Because they can do what the fuck they want, really. You can set them loose, and they can just do what the hell they want. But that's not good for nobody, and that's not good for them either. You feel me? You know, Rob, I'm debating whether I should grab this coffee at the bakery. I don't know if I do it, bro. I'm at lunch break. Oh, Cash is in the building. What's going on, Cash? Cash, should I grab this coffee? Cash, should I grab the coffee? I cut my hair earlier this morning, so I was like, man, I can't afford a haircut right now, but I'm gonna just do it at the house. But should I do it? Let me know if I should do it. I'm right here. I might grab a what do you call this? I always get my Danish. I gotta get my Danish. Hey, morning or afternoon. Sorry. Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do it. Okay. You see this? I always get the Danish, bro. Can I? Oh, sorry. Can you guys do iced americanos? Iced one. Okay. Can I do it? 12, please. Nah, just black. And then can I try? So are these different? Are they different or they're the same? The Danish?
Finish is the same feeling except the fruit.
Oh, which one is which? So the purple one, that's blueberry.
Blueberries or blackberry?
Can I do blackberry, please? Thank you. I was asking them. I said, should I get a coffee?
Blackberry.
And then, no, I was asking these guys. I said, should I get coffee? And then they said, you should get it. So,
The Danish.
oh no, right here, yeah, yeah. Thank you, man.
It's very popular.
That's my favorite one. Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
Thank you, man. Oh. How's your day going?
Very good. Very good. Like
Good. Not too bad. Yeah, it's getting warm, man.
Yeah.
Getting warm out there. Yeah.
I think tomorrow's gonna be cold down a little bit.
I think like 70 something. 72. Yeah, yeah. It's not bad. Cash says you should do it. Are you about to grab some water? I caught it a little bit. Isaac, what's going on with you, man? Isaac, I seen it, man. You kind of sus, man. What's going on with you, Isaac? I appreciate you being here though, but you 85. It's 85 here too. So today is 85, but then it's 85, but it feels like 90 something. That's what they said. So I don't know if it's entirely true. Happy Tuesday, Cash. What kind of pizza? What kind of pizza you're getting? Yeah, past 4 days has been like this, pretty warm. But like, I was telling the guy too, it's gonna drop down to 72. He said he got hacked. I swear. Hey Isaac, you know the thing is you should just take ownership to your actions, man. It's all right. Like if that's what you did, see my mods make sure they take care of stuff like that. So just be honest, man. Just if that's you playing around, that's you playing around. But we don't do the such stuff over here. We're kind of just trying to keep it focused. If that makes sense. But yeah, I used to do stupid stuff, and then people would say that I would get hey, I'll show you that one. So boom. Yeah, like I'll show you that one. That's fine. But yeah, it's cool, man. Just take responsibility for it. You can't take the guilt anymore.
Americano
Yes, please.
and Danish, blackberry.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, I got my iced, man. I got my Danish. Oh, hey, that's cool, Isaac. What you said wasn't like it's not like you said anything like racist or like hateful. It was just kind of goofy, like when you think about it. So the weight of it shouldn't be that bad, man. But yeah, I appreciate you dropping in though. I appreciate you dropping in, man. Either way, you too, man. You have a good day. All right, thank you. Oh, where'd he go? You go in the back. Oh, thank you. All right, yeah. I might sit out actually and do this Danish. The Danish is fire. Yeah, man. I'm gonna make sure. Actually, let me grab a. Let me do this, man. I'm gonna prep this here. Anybody walking up, I'm gonna grab a napkin. Let me see. Yeah. And the other funny thing about this morning was like, I should say funny, but there was so much. Oh shoot, my bad, my bad. There was so much like Dude, I'm over here dropping everything. It's not getting sloppy here. It was so much. What do you call this? Like phlegm, bro. Like phlegm that I had to take care of, and that might be TMI. My bad, my bad. Over here dropping my napkin on the dirt, but it's all right. And we good either way. Feel me? We good. Yeah, Danishes are fire. Let me show what I got. Did I show you that? Did I show it on the cam? Woo! Oh shoot. Let me flip it. How's the work been though, Cash? Let me know if you're still there though. Let me know if you're still there. I got my Danish, bruh. And the ice joint. And I had to get my ice joint. So yeah, man. Make sure everything good. You gotta start driving. Get you back. Oh yeah, all right, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy. Before I walk over, I'm kind of early today. Oh shoot! You ever get that feeling like you might have forgot your backpack somewhere? It's like on my back the whole time. But yeah, man. It's here right now. Hey man, if you're still there, Rob, drive safe, man. Just drive safe. Careful. Hey, hey, let's go. Yeah. Damn, I might have missed out. But yeah, Cash. Excuse me. I was watching Cash Artist live stream the other day. They were actually playing was it Mario Party 4 for the GameCube? I used to have that game, man. That's like a legendary game. But like I said, when I needed to like make oh crap, when I needed to make money for school, I sold so many video games and I was sad about it. I'm sure Mario Party 4 was part of the you know actually I'm kind of sad about it because I do remember my dad buying me that game. I don't want to like sell any games people buy me as gifts, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know? Yeah, man. I also gotta double check if there's like I don't know if a roadie comes in and out the chat, but I gotta check because I don't know Ad dude. He's like 6 years old, but still, he's a good guy. Gotta hold it down and keep moving forward until Jax gets back, man. You know? Anybody that was there earlier from the beginning will remember Jax. He popped in on the chat with me one time. But he said he was staying busy. So, I don't know, man. I gotta give him space. I got a lot of friends like that right now where actually a handful of them, like their moms have passed away or like one of their parents have passed away. So, I try to check on them, but at the same time, I'm like, I gotta be careful about being overbearing or like doing the most. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think about that a lot. Think about some of them people in my life. It's crazy because I brought a drink with me and I still spent money, but I'm like, this is what it is. One of them days, man. It felt right. Pause. you know. But no, I was saying like shout out to Cash Artist. As you could, if you scroll the chat, Cash Artist was in here. That's some 6-year-old excuses right there. Yeah, it's all good though. But now Cash is like I was tapping in with their live stream. Like I said, they play video games. They had actually a 4-person live stream on Twitch. So if you find them, it's literally the same name, KSHARTIST, Cash Artist, and they're the same thing on Twitch and on YouTube. I think the YouTube will have the playbacks, and YouTube will have the playbacks or the VODs, videos on demand, and the Twitch will be live. But last time I seen them, they were on Mario Party, and that was a throwback for me, man. Like just thinking about that, like watching those GameCube games. I do need to get a network transmission in, but I also need to complete Dragon Quest 8. I might have to do something tonight, but I gotta go hang out with my brother and my goddaughter. So like later, I got some like stuff going on. So I'm gonna just throw this away. I'll be right back. Yeah, dude. People don't clean their table, man. You gotta bust the tables, man. That's important to me. See, here we are. Here we go. Oh no. Yeah, it'd be stuff like that. Yeah. Alrighty, thank you. Yeah, so now I got a chance to go up the hill, do my thing. I haven't done Monster Hunter in a while. Ooh, I got all this. Give me a second. I'm gonna hit this. There we go. For those that normally tap in with me, I'm gonna try to do like little 30 to 40 minute discussions on what it is I want to recap, and I'll leave space at the end to kind of just talk about life. You know, in between all that, sometimes I'm talking a little fast, but I want to tap in and talk with people about life or address the live chats as I go along. You know, can't catch everything at the right away, but I do my best to. But I'm trying to keep all my business in the area or in the neighborhood or whatever, keeping it close by. What they say in what was they saying in what's that thing called, bro? Dark Knight, keeping it close to the chest. You know, that's where I'm at right now. So I actually might have to fill out some applications today or double check on certain stuff, because there's certain applications that haven't been filled out or whatever. I got to do some follow-ups because I'm trying to get this job at this specific spot. If I can get that, it's over, because it's part-time too. Hold on. But yeah, videos like this, man, you know, we're gonna recap Kill Tony, because that's something I enjoy doing, you know, with the family. So that's a shared experience with the family. But a lot of times, like there may or may not be people from around the world. I've talked to a few people from around the world that watch the show too, and they found me during the whole Alex Tarshoon situation. So we'll see who finds, you know, we'll see who else I run into along the way of doing the recaps or just doing the videos in general. You know, we shall see. But for now, we living like this. You know, we doing all right, man. We doing all right. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't think Brian Simpson opened for Tony Woods, but I did get a chance to see bruh nonetheless. Did get a chance to see him at Bottom of the Barrel. But his interviews are always hella dope. You know what I'm saying? Shit's always good. You know? Huh. But yeah, man. I'll be thinking about that. The moment I get my if I get my new job, I already know I'm gonna end up hella busy. Also, like Cash has been busy too. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna regret having my time occupied. But that's why, like, in the meantime, I gotta just keep creating until I get that hiring thing stuff. Just staying focused like that. You know what I mean? Until then, so what I got going for now. I'm late today, man, schedule wise, etc. But we're doing all right. You know, nonetheless, man, we're doing all right. Can't complain today. all been good, man. All right, so let me, because the sun is hella bright. Let's end it here, man, because I got my IRAM, got my Danish. I'm gonna charge up my stuff, my devices. I'm gonna catch y'all later, man, because I'm gonna get through. I'm like a couple blocks away, but we'll see. I might have time later today to just do a regular, normal one. Maybe sometime before 3. I think I have time, but we'll see. I gotta do some video stuff. But all right, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.